It began with a sandwich, not a gourmet one, just a pre-wrapped triangle sitting under fluorescent light at a gas station in Tokyo. But that small triangle marked a quiet revolution, because somewhere between the cigarette counter and the coffee machine, the convenience store became something more. It stopped being a place to fill your tank and started being a place to fill your life, 5 minutes at a time. And now, those same convenience stores are coming for the fast food empires that once seemed untouchable. For a century, fast food restaurants ruled the culture of quick. They owned lunch breaks, highway exits, late-night cravings. Their signs glowed like temples of modern appetite. From McDonald's golden arches to KFC's red bucket, the world knew what fast meant. But fast has changed. In an age where people no longer have time, speed is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And in that world, convenience stores aren't selling snacks anymore. They're selling minutes. Look closely at the new battlefield of food. It's not fought with flavors. It's fought with time compression. Every innovation, mobile ordering, drive-through optimization, grab-and-go shelves, is a weapon in a war to eliminate waiting. The company that saves you the most seconds wins your loyalty, your hunger, and your money. The traditional fast food chain used to own that race. But now, they're being outflanked by an enemy hiding in plain sight. Take Japan, where chains like 7-Eleven, Lawson, and Family Mart quietly transformed into miniature worlds of instant satisfaction. You can walk in, grab a fresh bento, pay in 5 seconds, and be gone before a McDonald's burger hits the grill. Behind that efficiency is an invisible machine, a supply chain so precise it borders on art. Each rice ball and curry box is part of a perfectly timed choreography between factories, trucks, and shelves. No wasted seconds. No wasted motion. It's not just convenience. It's logistics turned into religion. And the numbers prove it. In Japan, the average 7-Eleven makes more per square meter than many luxury boutiques. Globally, the convenience sector now rivals, and in some regions surpasses, traditional fast food in total sales. Why? Because while McDonald's sells food, convenience stores sell availability. They don't ask you to sit. They don't ask you to decide. They just ask you to keep moving. And that's the real hunger of our time, the hunger for uninterrupted momentum. The golden age of fast food was built on another idea: consistency. Ray Kroc's McDonald's promised that a burger in Chicago would taste the same in Tokyo or Sao Paulo. It was industrial perfection, a system that replaced individuality with reliability. But convenience stores went further. They didn't just promise sameness. They promised presence. Wherever you are, whenever you need, they're there. The store is not a destination. It's a constant, a small, fluorescent node in the map of modern survival. The psychology runs deep. People don't visit convenience stores because they're hungry. They go because they're anxious, because something in their day broke, a plan, a schedule, a rhythm, and they need to patch it, a drink, a snack, a pause. Fast food once sold comfort. Convenience sells control, and control in a chaotic world is priceless. The corporations know this. That's why oil companies, supermarkets, and even tech firms are all trying to fuse into microservice ecosystems. Your 7-Eleven isn't just selling coffee. It's a logistics hub, a financial kiosk, a data point in your consumption pattern. Every bottle of water scanned is a micromeasure of your behavior, time, mood, need. The more you buy, the more they know. And the more they know, the more precise the illusion of freedom becomes. This is the new frontier capitalism, the colonization of time itself. Once, business competed for your money. Then it competed for your attention. Now, it competes for your moments. Fast food chains are still thinking in calories. Convenience stores are thinking in seconds. In the 1970s, McDonald's expanded through visibility. Highways, billboards, jingles. You deserve a break today. But in 2025, the message is flipped. You don't have time for a break. So you buy lunch with one hand, scroll with the other, and call it balance. That's not an accident. It's the result of decades of design. Walk into any modern convenience store. The warm light near the coffee machine is deliberate. The background music is calibrated to 80 BPM, the rhythm of a calm heartbeat. Even the height of the shelves is engineered to let your eyes sweep everything in one glance. You're not shopping, you're being guided. Every color, every layout, every scent is optimized to convert your impulse into purchase before you realize you've made a decision. And that's where the fast food industry is losing. It's still built around the illusion of choice, menus, combos, upsells. Convenience stores have removed choice entirely. They don't sell you what you want. They sell you what you can grab. Choice slows you down. Efficiency keeps you loyal. In this sense, 7-Eleven and its clones are not just retailers. They're engineers of obedience. They've mastered the art of turning survival into a subscription. Every morning coffee, every 2 a.m. snack, every desperate bottle of water after a long day, all of it feeds the same machine. A world that monetizes exhaustion. The more tired you are, the more you consume. And that's why fast food is no longer the future. It's nostalgia. The burger joint once symbolized modern life. Now it looks slow, outdated, like a relic of optimism. The convenience store, by contrast, is perfectly aligned with the new spirit of fatigue. No smiles, no slogans, just function. A light on a street corner that never sleeps, quietly counting your seconds and selling them back to you. If you want to understand how corporations no longer sell products, but time itself, stay with me. Because the second half of this story reveals how this quiet invasion reshaped not just how we eat, but how we live. The quiet conquest didn't happen through ads or slogans. It happened through habits. One stop after work, one snack before bed, one cup of coffee between meetings. Each small moment of convenience became another wire in the network. And before anyone noticed, that network had replaced an entire way of life. Fast food restaurants once defined the rhythm of modern existence. They gave us the 30-minute lunch, the drive-through dinner, the disposable cup that symbolized motion. But convenience stores went further. They removed rhythm entirely. They dissolved time into endless accessibility. You no longer go to eat. You just eat while going. That's the final step of the evolution, when consumption no longer interrupts life, but becomes indistinguishable from it. In this new economy, you never stop moving and the stores never stop serving. It's efficiency disguised as freedom. But there's a cost to that freedom, one that can't be paid with coins. Because every second saved is another second spent elsewhere, and corporations have already decided where elsewhere is. They don't sell you time so you can rest. They sell you time so you can work more, scroll more, consume more. The convenience store doesn't exist to free you. It exists to make you forget you're trapped. It's no coincidence that they cluster near offices, train stations, and schools, the high-traffic zones of fatigue. Their true product isn't food, it's relief. Not nourishment, but the illusion of recovery. You don't walk into a convenience store hungry. You walk in empty. And they know exactly how to fill that void. That's why their lighting feels gentle. Their aisles are narrow. Their packaging so friendly. It's a ritual of micro-comfort. A few moments of control in a world that constantly takes it away. And once you realize that, you start to see the deeper transformation. The global rise of convenience stores isn't about retail. It's about reprogramming the human routine. In the 1950s, the kitchen symbolized domestic power. Cooking meant independence. In the 1980s, the drive-thru symbolized freedom. Eating meant mobility. But in the 2020s, the convenience store symbolizes surrender. Eating means survival. We no longer cook or dine. We refuel. And this refueling system has become one of the largest economic engines on Earth. Across Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America, convenience chains are expanding faster than fast food ever did. They're not just replacing restaurants. They're replacing rituals. Family dinners become microwave meals. Lunch breaks become transactions. Food becomes data. Because every time you tap a card, scan a code, or heat a meal, you generate information. Your preferences, your routines, your weaknesses. That data is then monetized, repackaged, and sold back to you as personalized convenience. It's not a store anymore. It's a feedback loop. And the irony? You don't even notice. You think you're buying speed. You're selling yourself instead. But there's another layer, one that affects not just how we eat, but who we become. The labor behind convenience is invisible. The shelves that magically restock, the machines that hum all night, the workers who fold sandwiches at dawn. They're the unseen backbone of an economy built on exhaustion. Fast food workers at least had uniforms, visibility, a place in the cultural narrative. Convenience store labor is ghost work, fragmented, automated, anonymized. In Japan, a single franchise can operate with less than 3 visible employees, yet run 24 hours a day. Behind those clean counters is a labyrinth of night shifts, delivery routes, and algorithmic scheduling. People reduce to functions of consistency. They're the real price of efficiency. And when you realize that, the bright aisles start to feel colder, because convenience has no face. It only has presence. It doesn't greet you. It anticipates you. It doesn't remember you. It recognizes your pattern. Even the self-checkout machine feels like a metaphor, a mirror reflecting our desire for interaction without connection. We don't want service. We want transaction. That's the modern condition, being constantly served but never truly seen. And this is where convenience begins to resemble something far older, empire. Just as colonial powers once conquered land by controlling trade routes, today's corporate empires conquer time by controlling availability. Whoever controls when and where you can buy controls how you live. McDonald's once said it wanted to be the world's favorite place to eat. 7-Eleven says simply, always there, and always there wins. Because in an age of anxiety, permanence beats taste. Reliability beats flavor. But this also means something else. The future of food won't be decided by chefs, but by supply chains. AI-driven logistics will soon predict your hunger before you feel it. Your fridge will reorder before you realize you're low. Your digital assistant will tell you which snack is on sale 2 blocks away. And you'll go, not because you're hungry, but because you've been trained to respond. That's not convenience. That's conditioning. And if you look back through history, it's nothing new. Every empire has sought to simplify life for its subjects. Roads, aqueducts, electricity, and every simplification deepened dependence. Convenience stores are the new aqueducts of capitalism. They deliver not water, but stimulation, not sustenance, but continuity. We think we're saving time. In truth, we're outsourcing our autonomy. But here's the paradox, the very reason they'll win. People don't want freedom anymore. They want ease. Freedom is heavy. Convenience is light. Freedom requires thought. Convenience requires habit. And in a culture addicted to speed, habit always wins. That's why the battle between convenience stores and fast food restaurants isn't really about food. It's about psychology. Fast food sold indulgence. Convenience sells identity. You're not just buying something quick. You're buying a version of yourself. Efficient, modern, adaptive, in control. But deep down, that identity is a mask for exhaustion. A world that measures productivity in seconds can't tolerate hunger, boredom, or stillness. So it fills every gap with consumption. And that's the real danger. When every moment becomes monetized, nothing sacred remains. The line between nourishment and numbness disappears. You don't cook because it takes too long. You don't rest because you could be productive. You don't think because the screen thinks for you. And all the while, the shelves stay full, the lights stay on, the machine keeps humming. But history has a way of correcting excess. Every convenience creates its own backlash. Already, you can see small revolutions forming, slow food movements, farmers markets, digital detoxes, meal rituals returning as acts of rebellion. People are beginning to crave slowness the way they once craved speed. Because even in a world addicted to motion, the soul hungers for pause. Maybe one day, when the last fast food chain becomes a relic and the convenience store reigns supreme, someone will rediscover the joy of sitting still, of cooking, tasting, sharing. That will be the next revolution, the reclamation of time. Until then, every stop for a snack will remain a small act of surrender, a trade of autonomy for ease, of presence for speed. And the stores will keep conquering 1 minute at a time. Because the empire of convenience doesn't march on armies. It marches on appetite. And appetite never sleeps.